Hello, world. It's January 6th, 2026. Welcome to a new edition of Cyber Briefing by Cyber Material. Cyber Alerts brought to you by 911 Cyber. Fake booking emails push hotels to DCR rat. Cybersecurity researchers recently identified a campaign named PHALT-BLYX that uses fake blue screen of death errors to target the European hospitality sector. This multi-stage attack tricks victims into executing malicious commands that ultimately install the DCR rat remote access Trojan on their systems. VS Code forks expose OpenVSX risks. Several popular AI-powered code editors that are based on Visual Studio Code have been found to suggest extensions that do not exist on the OpenVSX registry. This security gap allows attackers to register those unclaimed names and distribute malicious software to unsuspecting developers who follow the editor's built-in recommendations. Cloud file sharing sites targeted for theft. AI-powered coding tools like Cursor and Tray are vulnerable to supply chain attacks because they recommend extensions that do not exist on the OpenVSX registry. This allows malicious actors to claim these empty namespaces and trick developers into installing harmful software that can steal source code or credentials. Cyber events. Hackspace Con 2026 takes place in the United States on May 6th, bringing together cybersecurity, aerospace, satellite, and national defense communities. Positioned at the intersection of cyber and space security, the event connects industry leaders, ethical hackers, and innovators to explore emerging threats, cutting-edge technologies, and real-world defense challenges. With strong representation from government, space agencies, and leading technology companies, Hackspace Con offers a unique platform for training, partnership building, and expanding opportunity across the cyber and aerospace ecosystem. Find the link to register and more events in the podcast description. Cyber incidents brought to you by 911 Cyber. NordVPN denies breach after data leak. NordVPN has dismissed claims of a system breach following reports that a hacker leaked data supposedly taken from a development server. The threat actor alleged that they gained access to source code and internal information by brute forcing a misconfigured server that lacked multi-attribute authentication. Brightspeed probes possible cyber attack. Brightspeed is currently looking into reports of a data breach following claims from a hacking group known as Crimson Collective regarding the theft of customer records. The group alleges it has obtained sensitive personal and billing information belonging to more than 1 million users across the company's 20-state service area. Ledger customers hit by Global E breach. Ledger recently notified customers that their personal information was leaked following a security breach at Global E, a third-party payment processor used for transactions on Ledger's website. The company clarified that while customer contact details were accessed, Ledger's own internal systems and hardware security remain uncompromised. Cyber jobs. Evolution Australia is hiring a cybersecurity threat analyst in Sydney to help protect a complex modern enterprise environment through hands-on cyber operations. This role focuses on threat monitoring, detection engineering, incident response, and strengthening security resilience across SIEM, EDR, and vulnerability management workflows. Working closely with IT, DevOps, and business teams, you will embed security into day-to-day operations, support Zero Trust and Essential 8 uplift, and continuously enhance detection and response capabilities as threats evolve. For more jobs, find the link in the podcast description. Cyber news brought to you by 911 Cyber. Bitfinex hack perpetrator freed early. Ilya Lichtenstein, the mastermind behind the 2016 Bitfinex cryptocurrency hack, has been released early from federal prison and placed into home confinement. His shortened sentence is attributed to the First Step Act, a criminal justice reform law that allows inmates to earn credits for rehabilitation and good behavior. France probes AI undressing deepfakes. French authorities have launched an investigation into sexually explicit deepfakes using the Grok AI tool on the social media platform X. The probe follows reports from hundreds of women and teenagers whose photos were manipulated into undressed images and shared online without their consent. NYC Wegmans stores facial scan data. Wegmans has introduced biometric surveillance signs in its Brooklyn and Manhattan locations, notifying customers that facial scans and other identifying data are being collected for security purposes. While the company claims the technology is limited to high-risk stores to identify individuals with a history of misconduct, the updated policy no longer promises that shopper data will not be stored. Cyber tip of the day. Fake booking emails push hotels to DC rat. The PHALT #BLYX campaign targets European hotels using fake Booking.com cancellation alerts. Attackers trick employees into running malicious PowerShell code via a simulated system error screen to install the DC rat Trojan. The malware hijacks legitimate Windows tools to bypass antivirus and establish a persistent foothold for data theft. What you should do: verify links. Access management portals via bookmarks, never through email links. Staff training. Warn employees that legitimate support will never ask them to paste code into a command prompt. Limit permissions. Restrict administrative rights to prevent unauthorized system changes and antivirus tampering. Monitor binaries. Audit the use of tools like MS-Build and PowerShell for unusual network activity. Block scripts. Disable unsigned PowerShell scripts across all front desk workstations. Why this matters? This attack uses living off the land techniques to hide inside legitimate processes, making it difficult for basic antivirus to detect. By targeting the hospitality sector, hackers gain access to sensitive guest information and financial systems, turning a simple phishing lure into a full-scale corporate breach. Cyberbook of the day. Cybersecurity for Beginners by Rafe Meewis is an accessible introduction to the fundamentals of cybersecurity written for readers without a technical background, as well as professionals looking to refresh their knowledge. The book explains how modern technologies like cloud computing, smart devices, and connected systems have transformed everyday life while introducing new security risks. Updated in its second edition, it combines clear explanations with an alphabetical glossary that translates technical terms into plain English, making it a practical starting point for understanding cybersecurity in today's digital world. Cyber tool of the day. Linus is a battle-tested, open-source security auditing tool for Unix-based systems, including Linux, macOS, and BSD. It performs in-depth system scans to identify misconfigurations, vulnerable packages, and hardening opportunities, while supporting compliance checks against standards like PCI DSS, ISO 27001, HIPAA, and GDPR. With agentless, component-aware testing and a clear hardening index to track progress over time, Linus helps teams continuously strengthen system security and validate posture across servers and endpoints. For more tools, find the link in the podcast description. Cyberstocks. On Tuesday, 6th January, cybersecurity stocks overall traded with modest strength as investor interest in defensive technology remained evident amid broader market volatility. Continued enterprise demand for cloud security, identity, and perimeter defenses supported sector performance, even as profit-taking and rotation influenced several names. SentinelOne closed at $14.81 and inched higher, reflecting continued investor interest in AI-driven endpoint detection and response solutions, despite broader caution in tech. Rapid7 closed at $14.05 and eased slightly, as profit-taking and rotation influenced near-term trading, even though enterprise investment in vulnerability management and detection response services remained steady. CyberArk Software closed at $441.46 and moved higher, supported by strong enterprise demand for privileged access management and identity security as organizations prioritize securing credentials and high-risk accounts. Tenable Holdings closed at $23.05 and gained modestly, supported by ongoing enterprise focus on vulnerability scanning and risk prioritization amid regulatory compliance pressures. Fortinet closed at $77.94 and was largely unchanged, with persistent interest in zero trust and network security solutions balancing broader market headwinds. For more headlines, visit cybermaterial.com.